I pushed open the hotel suite door, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. "Emily!" My voice caught. The laughter that answered me wasn't hers alone. It was Lucas. "Oh, Adrian," Emily said, still laughing, her voice dripping mockery. "You're home early. What's going on here?" I stepped inside, my hands shaking. The sight of her wrapped around Lucas, whispering, smiling, it felt like someone had shoved a knife into my chest. Emily looked at me with wide, innocent eyes. I didn't think you'd come back so soon. I'm just talking with him, talking. That's not talking, Emily. That's... I choked on my words, unable to find the sentence. You're with him. How could you? Lucas grinned. Weak man walks in, sees the truth, and can't even speak. Classic Adrian. I froze. My knees nearly buckled. What do you mean? I whispered, voice trembling. Emily tilted her head, a cruel smile forming. I tried to tell you, Adrian. You were holding me back. You've been so controlling, so desperate. I had to do this for myself. Controlling, desperate. I laughed bitterly, feeling my stomach twist. Emily, I was planning a life with you. I bought the ring. Tonight. Do you know what tonight meant to me? Oh, I know, she said, leaning casually against the sofa. And you know what? You're too blind to see it. I didn't leave you because I wanted to hurt you. I left because I had to survive. Survive? My chest tightened. Survive by lying? By betraying me? With him? Lucas laughed, loud and sharp. Poor Adrian. Always thinking he's the hero. Guess what? You've got no future, man. None. I could feel the world crumbling. Images flashed in my mind. Our plans, our dreams, every promise she ever whispered. All of it gone. Emily, why Lucas? Why? She shrugged, casual, like this was nothing. Because you were weak. Because I could. I shook my head, disbelief burning me alive. I gave you everything. Everything. And you destroy it in one night. Emily stepped closer, her voice softening just enough to sting. You forced me away, Adrian. You think you didn't notice? You suffocated me with your expectations. I did what I had to. I stumbled back, the words hitting me like ice water. You're lying. You never loved me. I loved myself more, she said, laughing again, this time with a bitter edge. Lucas clapped his hands. Look at him. Heartbroken, humiliated. You always were a joke, Adrian. A naive, pathetic joke. I felt my body freeze, my hands trembling. The betrayal wasn't just in their bodies. It was in their words, their voices, their laughter. Everything I believed in, every shred of trust, gone. I backed out of the suite, my mind spinning, my chest tight. Phones were buzzing in my pocket. Social media notifications. Emily had already framed me. Unstable. Controlling. Dangerous. Headlines I hadn't even imagined. I sank onto the curb outside, staring at the glittering city lights. My life, my career, my love. All shattered in one night. And yet, amid the rage and despair, something flickered inside me, cold, sharp, and unrelenting. This wasn't the end. Not yet. I stared at my phone as another notification exploded across the screen. Adrian Cole threatens ex-fiancée, one post said. Another read, unstable CEO loses control. I whispered, this can't be happening, but the lies kept spreading. Emily, stop this, I said when she finally answered my call. She sighed like I was interrupting her day. You need to calm down, Adrian. People are scared of you. Maybe it's time you accept you were holding me back. Holding you back. Emily, you created fake messages. If people believe them, that's not my fault, she replied. You pushed me to this. I felt my breath catch. You destroyed my name just to walk away clean? Goodbye, Adrian. The line went dead. I dropped the phone on my desk and pressed my palms into my eyes. Panic sat heavy on my chest. My assistant walked in but wouldn't meet my eyes. The investors, They want out, she whispered. They said your image is unstable. My image? Based on lies. I'm sorry. She left before I could say anything else. Within hours, 3 more investors withdrew. Partners stopped replying. Friends muted me. I called one of them, Kevin. Man, you know I'm not like what she posted, right? He hesitated. I don't know, Adrian. It looks bad. Maybe give it time. So you believe her? I just don't want to get involved. The call ended. I felt like the floor had cracked under my feet. Everywhere I turned, someone stepped away. Daniel showed up at my apartment that evening, knocking so hard I thought the door might break. Open up. It's me. I let him in, barely able to stand. He looked at my face and exhaled. You look like hell. She ruined everything, I whispered. Everything. I saw the posts, he said. It's all fake. You know that. But everyone believes her, I said. Why? Why would she do this to me? He sat beside me. Because people like her only care about winning. You cared about her. She cared about power. I don't know what to do, I said. I feel angry, scared, sick, all at once. Then leave, Daniel said. Take a break. Get out of the city. You're drowning here. I can't leave. My company. Your company is already walking away from you, he said, his tone firm. You need space before you break completely. I rubbed my face. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should disappear. Disappear? No. Heal. Think. Then come back stronger. I shook my head slowly. I trusted her more than anyone. And she burned my entire life in one night. Daniel looked at me with steady eyes. So what are you going to do now? I don't know, I said. Part of me wants revenge. Part of me wants to run. And part of me just wants the pain to stop. Daniel put a hand on my shoulder. No one's coming to save you, Adrian. You save yourself now. His words settled deep inside me, sharp and cold. For the first time, I realized the truth. I was alone. But even in my darkest thoughts, I felt a small spark inside me, something stubborn, something still alive. I didn't know what it meant yet, but it refused to die quietly inside my breaking heart that night. I sank into the corner of the cafe, hands wrapped around a warm cup, trying to stop them from shaking. The steam rose like a small, fragile wall between me and the world. Are you okay? A soft voice asked. I looked up and saw a woman, maybe my age, sitting across from me with a gentle smile. Yeah, I muttered, though my hands trembled too much for her not to notice. She tilted her head. Your hands are shaking. Something's wrong. You can tell me. I hesitated. No one had asked me that in weeks. I lost everything, I whispered. My company, my fiancé, my reputation, all in one night. She nodded slowly, leaning back. That's a lot. But you're not broken. You're hurt. Hurt. I scoffed, but it wasn't bitter, more like disbelief. Hurt doesn't describe it. It's like someone stole my soul and stomped on it. She smiled faintly. Then we start putting it back together. One piece at a time. I blinked at her. You make it sound simple. It's not simple, she said. It's just possible. I laughed, a short, hollow sound. Possible. Everything's ruined. My life is ruined. She leaned forward, resting her elbows on the table. Tell me what happened. Every detail. Say it aloud. For the first time, I told someone the whole story. Every lie, every betrayal, every humiliating post online. My voice shook, but I didn't stop. I poured it out like a wound too long hidden. When I finished, she was quiet for a moment, then said, You survived. You're still here. That's more than most could do. I stared at her. You don't think I'm pathetic? Pathetic? She laughed softly. No. You're human. You felt, you loved, you trusted. That's brave. The world just doesn't appreciate it. I felt my chest tighten, a strange relief spreading. I don't know how to start over. Start small, she said. One step, one idea, one action at a time. So I did. I pulled out my notebook and sketched ideas for a startup. She watched me silently, offering small encouragements. That's good, she said. Keep going. Try a different angle here. Her calm confidence made me trust myself again. I realized I wasn't completely paralyzed by fear. I could act. I could try. I forgot what it felt like to believe in myself, I admitted. Then start believing now, she said. You've got this. Her words were small, but they hit like a hammer. For the first time in days, I felt something like hope. We spent hours talking. Not about Emily, not about Lucas, but about ideas, possibilities, and dreams I'd almost abandoned. Every suggestion she made, every smile she gave, chipped away at the darkness in me. When I left the cafe, I walked taller, my notebook clutched in my hand. I didn't know the future yet, but I knew I could face it. For the first time, someone believed in me. And maybe, just maybe, I could start believing in myself again. Mia led me into a sleek office building, her hand resting lightly on my shoulder. You're going to meet someone who can help, she said. I swallowed nervously. Help me? After everything? She smiled. Trust me. The door opened, and a woman looked up from behind a polished desk. Her eyes were sharp, her posture commanding. You must be Adrian, she said. Mia speaks very highly of you. I'm Adrian, I managed. My hands fidgeted in my pockets. Sit, she gestured to the chair opposite her. Tell me everything. Don't leave anything out. I hesitated. Everything? Yes. Pain, betrayal, failure. Use it all. I want the truth. I took a deep breath and started. I trusted someone, gave everything I had, and lost it all. My fiancé, my company, my reputation. They destroyed me in one night. And now, my voice faltered. Ms. Ross leaned forward. And now, I don't know. I feel broken. Broken is temporary. Use your pain as fuel. Build something stronger. Her words hit me like a jolt. Stronger than what I lost. Exactly, she said, smiling faintly. Turn this disaster into a foundation. Start small, plan big. Mia whispered, she can guide you. I nodded, feeling a spark for the first time in weeks. Okay, I'll try. Good, Ms. Ross said. First step, outline your idea. Clean tech. Solve a problem. Impress investors with clarity and passion. Can you do that? Yes, I said, voice firmer. I'll help you connect with the right people, she continued. But the work, every sleepless night, every tough decision, that's on you. I didn't flinch. I'm ready. Back at my temporary apartment, I opened my notebook and sketched relentlessly. Mia watched over my shoulder. That's a good approach, she said. Now focus on scalability. Think bigger. Daniel called that evening. How's it going? Better, I said, flipping through designs. I'm actually feeling hopeful. Hopeful? He laughed softly. That's good to hear. Keep pushing. Don't let anything distract you. I worked late, day after day, refusing to answer social media notifications. I ignored calls from the past. Investors started showing interest. Small wins, yes, but enough to feel alive again. Then my phone buzzed. A news alert, Emily Hart and Lucas Reed announce engagement. I froze. My stomach tightened for half a second. Then, nothing. No anger, no jealousy, no heartbreak. Instead, a quiet fire lit inside me. I whispered to myself, good. Go ahead and play your games. I'm busy building mine. Mia smiled, noticing my expression. That fire. Keep it. Let it drive you. I nodded. For the first time, the betrayal didn't feel like a wound, it felt like fuel. And in that moment, I realized, this was the beginning. The beginning of something new, something mine. My company was finally moving forward. Investors were impressed by the prototypes, and small orders came in faster than I expected. Mia leaned over my desk, pointing at charts. "See? You're doing this. You're making them notice you for the right reasons." I nodded, though part of me still checked my phone compulsively. The alerts were quiet today, but rumors had started trickling in. A post about Emily and Lucas fighting at a gala popped up. Another said they were arguing about money. I muttered, "Finally, the universe might be starting to pay attention." Mia glanced at me. "You're smiling. Don't get distracted by that." "I'm not," I said, though I couldn't hide the small satisfaction swelling inside me. Then my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. I frowned. "Adrian, I know the truth. I want to help, but I'm scared. Olivia." I froze, reading it twice. "Olivia," I whispered. My curiosity spiked, though I kept calm. I typed back, "What truth? Speak carefully." Minutes passed, then another message. "Emily and Lucas. They planned everything. I can prove it, but I don't want to get involved directly. Meet me somewhere safe." I clenched my fists. "Finally, someone willing to speak," I muttered under my breath. Another buzz. My phone rang. Private number. I ignored it immediately. I knew who it was. "Emily." I muttered, "Not today, Emily. Not now." Mia noticed my expression. Another call from the past. "Yeah." I'm not answering. "You're handling this well," she said. "Patience is key. Let them unravel while you build." I nodded. "I know. But it's hard not to pick up. To hear her lies firsthand." Daniel called later that afternoon. "You okay?" "I am. Strange, right? I feel calm but curious." "Good. Curiosity is healthy. Just don't let it burn you." "I won't," I replied. "But Olivia's messages, they could change everything. I just need to meet her safely." Daniel's voice was firm. "Be careful. Don't rush. Use this information wisely." I leaned back in my chair, looking at the city skyline. Emily and Lucas were unraveling quietly. The rumors, the whispers, the tension, I could sense it. Every bit of power I lost before was slowly returning. Mia walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder. "You're rising while they're falling. Don't lose focus." "I won't," I said. "I've waited too long for this. Too long to let them control me." "Good," she said. "Now plan your next steps carefully. Olivia could be the key." I stared at my phone again, the private number still calling. I didn't answer. Instead, I drafted a reply to Olivia, "Tell me when and where. I'll be there. And thank you for trusting me." I set the phone down, feeling a quiet satisfaction. The shift had begun. My focus, my calm, my strategy, it was theirs now. The power was moving slowly from them to me. And for the first time since that night, I didn't feel helpless. Olivia chose a quiet corner table in a dim cafe, her hood pulled low. I walked toward her slowly, my heartbeat steady but sharp. She lifted her eyes when I sat down. "You came," she whispered. "I needed answers," I replied. "Start whenever you're ready." She exhaled shakily. "I've been carrying this for months. I can't keep it inside anymore." I nodded. "Tell me the truth. All of it." Her fingers trembled as she pushed her phone toward me. "Emily and Lucas, they planned everything. The lies, the setup, the accusations. It wasn't an accident. She wanted you out of the picture." My jaw tightened. "Why? What did she gain?" "She wanted to marry into the Holt family," Olivia said. "Old money. Big influence. But she thought being tied to you made her look average." I let out a low laugh. "So destroying me was easier?" "Yes," she whispered. "She thought if she ruined your reputation, no one would ask questions when she left you." "And Lucas?" I asked. "What did he get out of helping her?" Olivia swallowed. "He thought Emily would bring him up with her. Connections, events, opportunities. But when the Holt family saw how manipulative she was, they rejected her immediately." I stared at her. "So she threw away everything For nothing. Olivia nodded. And Lucas is furious. He keeps blaming her for messing up his future. They're fighting constantly. I've heard their arguments. It's getting worse. I leaned back. Funny. Karma didn't even wait for me. Olivia slid a small folder across the table. This is why I asked you to meet. I saved everything. Recordings. Screenshots. Messages between them. Proof of what they planned. I hesitated before touching it. Why are you giving this to me? She looked down. Because you didn't deserve any of it. And because I'm done helping her lie. My hand shook as I opened the folder. Audio files. Text chains. Emily laughing about how easy it would be to break him. Lucas saying, he won't see it coming. Screenshots showing timelines. Plans. Strategies. My breath caught, not from sadness, but from power. This, I said quietly, could destroy them. Olivia nodded. Completely. I closed the folder slowly. Do they know you have all this? No. If they find out, they'll come after me too. That's why I'm scared. I leaned forward. You're safe with me. I won't use your name. Ever. She looked relieved but anxious. What will you do with it? I didn't answer immediately. My thoughts shifted like gears, rage, clarity, strategy. I don't know yet. Part of me wants to expose everything. Another part thinks karma is already working. Olivia whispered, revenge won't fix what they broke, but truth deserves light. I stared at the folder again. Truth does find its way out eventually. She stood. I hope whatever you choose brings you peace. Thank you, I said. Really? When she left, I remained seated, the folder in front of me. My hands trembled, not from fear, not from grief, but from the realization that I finally had the upper hand. Revenge or restraint. Destruction or patience. The choice was mine. And for the first time, they had no power left. I sat at my desk, the folder of evidence in front of me. I stared at it for hours, thinking about Emily, Lucas, and everything they'd done. My phone buzzed, another investor checking in. I ignored it, my mind elsewhere. Finally, I dialed a number I'd saved months ago. This is Adrian Cole, I said. I have information you need for a story. Details, proof. Are you interested? Absolutely, the journalist's voice said. I've been following their scandals for months. Send it over. I sent everything, recordings, messages, screenshots. I didn't post a single word publicly. I wanted this done quietly, cleanly. Let the truth speak for itself. 2 days later, my phone exploded. Headlines flooded every platform. Emily Hart fired amid scandal. Lucas Reed accused of fraud and deception. Engagement collapses after secrets revealed. I leaned back, letting it sink in. Every lie, every betrayal, every smear campaign they launched had boomeranged spectacularly. I felt a strange calm. No rush of revenge, just satisfaction. Mia peeked into my office. Everything okay? Better than okay, I said. They're unraveling without me lifting a finger. Daniel walked in moments later, holding a coffee. I saw the headlines. Looks like karma doesn't wait forever. I smiled faintly. Karma's working, slowly but surely. Then the door opened, and my heart skipped. Emily. She walked in, tears streaming, mascara smudging her cheeks. Her voice trembled. Adrian, please. I need to explain. I made a mistake. I should have chosen you. I rose slowly, keeping my face neutral. Emily. I was stupid, she said, wringing her hands. I thought I could. I thought I had to do it my way. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. I swallowed the lump in my throat. And now. She fell to her knees, her voice breaking. And now. I just want you to hear me. To understand that I was wrong. Please. Adrian. Please. I looked down at her, broken, desperate, ashamed. There was no pride left in her eyes. Only regret. Emily, I said slowly, do you know how that feels? To be destroyed? To have everything you loved turned to ashes. Yes, she whispered. I do. And I hate myself for it. I could feel anger and sorrow battling inside me. Part of me wanted to comfort her. Another part wanted to walk away forever. I chose calm. I had waited for this moment, not to hurt her, but to see the truth settle. I've seen the consequences, I said quietly. You and Lucas created your own downfall. No one needed to intervene. Your lies, your schemes, they did this for you. She sobbed, wiping her tears. I never meant for it to end like this. I loved you. I still do, maybe. I shook my head. Love isn't supposed to hurt like that. Not like this. You had your chance. Now you live with what you made. She looked up one last time, her eyes pleading. I didn't respond. The air was heavy, but I felt a strange peace. The power had shifted. The betrayal that had crushed me had become my strength. Daniel cleared his throat. You okay? I nodded. More than okay. Finally, everything is right where it should be. Mia placed her hand on my shoulder. And it's only the beginning. I let the silence stretch, letting them feel the consequences while I stood strong. I had survived. I had risen. And now, I had my life back. Emily appeared in my office again, her steps hesitant. She kept her eyes on the floor, and her voice trembled. Adrian, please. I need to say I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. I want to make it right. I leaned back in my chair, watching her struggle with each word. Emily, I said, keeping my voice calm, do you know how many nights I cried over your lies? Over losing everything I believed in. She nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks. I know. I know I was wrong. I didn't see what I had until it was gone. Please. I need forgiveness. Lucas stood behind her, arms crossed, scowling. It's your fault she lost everything, Emily. You ruined it all. I didn't mean to, she whispered. You didn't mean to. Lucas shouted, his voice cracking. You destroyed my future too. You thought only of yourself. I watched their interaction silently, Olivia standing to the side, her eyes wide but her expression unreadable. She didn't say a word. Finally, I spoke, my voice firm. Emily, listen to me. You destroyed me once. But you don't get to touch my future. She flinched, like my words had hit her in the chest. Adrian, please. I shook my head. No. I will never go back. I will never let you, or anyone like you, dictate my life again. Her hands trembled as she reached for me. I can change. I can. No, I interrupted, my tone steady. Your chance was gone the moment you betrayed me. Everything else you've done since, its consequences. Nothing more. Lucas scoffed, looking like he wanted to argue, but I ignored him. My focus was on her, and my own voice, the one I had lost for so long, was returning. You can't hurt me anymore, I said. You can't control my choices, my work, my life. I am done with the past. Tears streamed down Emily's face, but she didn't move closer. She simply nodded, understanding perhaps for the first time. Olivia stepped forward quietly. He's right. You can't take this back, Emily. You need to face what you've done. Emily whispered, almost inaudible, I understand. I felt a strange peace, a weight lifting from my shoulders. All the fear, all the anger, all the betrayal, it was finally behind me. I am moving forward, I said. And nothing you do will stop me. I am free from you, from him, from the lies. Free to build what I choose. She stayed silent, her lips trembling. Lucas muttered something under his breath, but I didn't care. I stood and walked to my desk, picked up my notebook, and opened it. Plans, designs, strategies. I had a future to focus on. Emily's eyes followed me, searching, pleading, but I didn't look back. Goodbye, Adrian, she said softly. Goodbye, I replied. And for the first time in months, I truly felt free. No past. No betrayal. Only the future I would create. The office buzzed with energy, but I felt calm for the first time in months. Investors smiled, shaking my hand, praising our progress. One of them said, "Adrian, your vision is clear, and your execution flawless." I smiled, letting their words sink in. "Thank you. We've worked hard to get here," I said, though inside I knew it was more than just hard work. It was survival. It was determination fueled by betrayal. Mia appeared at my side, holding 2 coffees. "Celebrating already?" she asked, smiling. I took one. Not celebrating yet. Just appreciating the moment. She laughed softly. "I always knew you'd get here. You just needed to believe it yourself." "I didn't believe it," I admitted. "Not at first. But having you here, it made a difference." "You had the strength all along," she said. "I just reminded you." I nodded, feeling gratitude and something deeper, peace. "I guess I've changed. Stronger, calmer, wiser, maybe." "You've earned it," she replied, her eyes bright. "Everything you lost led you here." Daniel appeared in the doorway, holding a laptop. "Adrian, the latest numbers are impressive. The growth is beyond expectations." I smiled. "Looks like hard work pays off, huh?" "It does," he said, clapping me on the shoulder. "And you didn't just survive, you thrived." I leaned back in my chair, taking a moment to breathe. I never thought I'd see this day. After losing everything, after feeling so powerless, it seemed impossible. "But it wasn't," Mia said softly. "You just needed to trust yourself." I looked out the large office window at the city skyline. Lights glimmered like 1,000 tiny promises. I thought about Emily, Lucas, the betrayals, the heartbreak, the sleepless nights filled with rage and doubt. Every painful moment had brought me here. "Do you ever miss who you were before all of this?" Mia asked quietly. I shook my head. "No. I don't miss being naive, being blind. I lost everything once. But losing everything helped me find myself." Her hand brushed mine. "And now? What's next?" I smiled, feeling the weight lift completely. "Now, I build. I grow. I create. I live without fear, without doubt, without anyone controlling me. This is my life. My rules." She nodded, satisfied. "Good. That's exactly how it should be." I walked to the balcony, letting the cool evening air wash over me. The city lights reflected in my eyes, but I saw more than buildings and streets. I saw possibilities. I felt the fire inside me, steady and calm, no longer driven by anger, but by purpose. I took a deep breath, letting it fill me. I lost everything once. But losing everything helped me find myself. The words felt true, complete, final. No past regrets. No lingering pain. Only the clarity of someone who had been broken, healed, and risen. Mia and Daniel stood behind me, quiet but present, sharing the moment. I didn't need applause or recognition, only the certainty that I had reclaimed my life. And for the first time in years, I smiled freely, knowing I was ready for whatever came next. The night stretched before me, full of promise. This was my new beginning.